Okay, so welcome to Dragon Age, the Veilguard. As you can see, I'm compiling shaders still, but I figured I'd talk a little bit um, just about my experience with Dragon Age, especially because this is going to be my first, obviously, playthrough, not playthrough, but what's the word? Recorded playthrough. So back in college, about almost 10 years ago now. Anyways, back in college, I was feeling myself. I was like, ooh, I've heard good things about Mass Effect and Dragon Age, right? My heart will be with Mass Effect forever. Honestly, I'm more of a Mass Effect fan than Dragon Age fan, but over the last maybe 5 or so years, I've really grown to appreciate Dragon Age for what it is compared to Mass Effect. You know, I love Mass Effect for being just a single playthrough, like following the same characters and following the one protagonist. Dragon Age, I didn't like that you had different characters in every game. There was through lines and some story connections from one game to the next, but for the most part, it's like, you know, Origins, you play as the hero for Ferelden, but then all of a sudden in GA2, now you're Hawk, who's what's it called, a refugee from the Blight. So it's just like a completely different scenario now. But like I said, over the past couple of years, I've really grown to appreciate the world building aspect that is going with the multiple different characters, multiple protagonists. But yeah, so I played through Origins as I believe a Dalish rogue, romancing Morgan, my first playthrough. I played rogues through all of them. I'm probably going to play another rogue here. I'm really not even sure what character I'm going to play yet. So we'll kind of see where we end up here. I have an idea. And then DA2, my first playthrough, I was a rogue Hawk, obviously, siding with the mages, of course. And Inquisition, I was a rogue, another Dalish. And yeah, you know, I played Inquisition on release. That was like when I finally caught up to the series, to give you a sort of time span of when I played these games. I believe like 2013, 2014 was when I picked up the series and just binged through them. When Inquisition came out, I played it on my family computer at the time. Could barely run the game, but I made it through. And again, maybe I just didn't understand. Ah, that was my queen. Okay. Anyways, I am definitely going to romance Nev. There's a small chance I'm going to go for Harding, but I'm pretty dead set on Nev. Okay, so we're going to keep talking a little bit. You know, I was pretty, maybe just the way I played it, because I think I played during like winter break at college. So I just didn't connect with Inquisition at the time. I did replay it again a few years later when I think first I played the Trespasser DC when it came out, but it had been so long since I played the original game. I was like, what the fuck's happening? I don't care. And then a few years after that, I replayed the whole series, Origins, then DA2, then Inquisition, including Trespasser at that time, you know, together. So I finally sort of understood what was going on plot-wise, and like I got more of this connection to the world and the story going on. So yeah, I think we can just go in online service. I thought it was an offline game. Anyways, we're just gonna see what all. I don't know computers that well, but I'm assuming they don't like that I'm on my secondary disk drive, which is stupid. I'm not gonna put all these gigs on my main hard drive. Subtitles, yes. Subtitles, medium. Color vision, that's fine. Camera shake, ooh, I don't like motion blur. Ooh. Camera shake, we'll see how camera shake goes. Inputs, mouse, sensitivity feels okay. We're not using controller. I'm gonna put this in the back so I can think a little bit here. Graphics preset custom. Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep the sounds for now. I'll probably adjust them as the game goes on. Okay. So you want me? I'm just restart. We're gonna cut a lot of this video, I'm sure, as we get into swing of things. I'm kind of new. I stream a little bit, but you know, it's very on the fly. Just like, okay, it is what it is here. But especially with an intensive game like this, graphic. So, point in case, I needed to readjust where these videos are going because I didn't have enough space, I guess, in my Celestia tribe. But anyways, I don't know what I was talking about. I think we're just going to jump in. I'll go over things as they become relevant.
I knew him as Solus.
Veilguard.
Smart.
Varric's gonna die. Like, I'm already accepting. Varric is fucking
ago,
gonna die.
He had a different name. The Dreadwolf. Ancient elven god of lies, or heroic rebel against tyranny. Depending on which story you
Might
believe.
make the subtitles a little bit smaller.
In his desperate fight against the corrupt elven gods, Solus imprisoned them, creating a veil that split our world from the raw magic of the Fade. He had won. But the veil cost the elves everything. Their magic, their freedom, even their immortality. Now, Solus wants to tear down that veil and undo the damage he caused, even if that means our world has to burn. Somebody's gotta stop him. And that's where you come in.
We're doing straight to character creation? Nice. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I love playing my elves. I do kind of feel like... So, pertinence. As I said, I played through elves when I could in the game, Dalish rogues. On my second playthrough, which I'm kind of I'm trying to find like a mixed canon of both my playthroughs to find a good one. But my second playthrough, I played as a human circle mage in Origins, and then I believe I also played a mage hawk, and then in Inquisition I played a Kunari warrior. So just by the mix of what characters I played, I almost feel like I need to play a dwarf in this game. I don't like playing dwarves generally, but a part of me is like, hey, you know, I like, you know, this is one of the, from what I've seen so far of the character creation, it's like very in-depth, so I'm like, maybe I'll like a dwarf in this game. Let's just see through here. Okay. Elf. Descendants of an ancient fallen empire pushed to the margins in the past, some elves are building a brighter future by exploring their civilization's lost wonders. Kunari. Sorry, I almost threw it in my mouth. Unrelated to Kunari. Feared and envy for their size and strength, some Kunari follow strict philosophy from their homeland, while others joined different cultures generations ago. Human and ambitious and prosperous people, humanity's various kingdoms are the ascendant powers of this age. So, yeah, that's why dwarves have like this interesting thing here. Clever and tough in equal measure, dwarves cannot dream or wield magic, but possess a mysterious and ancient bond with the earth. So I want to talk about dwarves a little bit. We've seen in the trailers that Harding is like getting some sort of stone magic. Obviously, there's the Titan connection in the Descent DLC. I'm hoping that we are going to get some dwarf lore in this game, so I'm like also kind of, I know it's very focused on the elves because of Solus, because of what he's doing there. I think there is going to be some dwarf stuff though, especially with this warning here, you know, this information bubble. Like, I think in the past games they've said it's just a simple statement like dwarves cannot use magic, or, you know, dwarves cannot be mages, something like that. It was very simple, but this game is specifically saying, well, dwarves cannot use magic, Their combat skills are feared across thetas. It just sounds like, why did we have to put that in? You could have just said dwarves cannot use magic. Or dwarves cannot be mages. You know, it just feels like such a stipulation, like, well, you know, they can't do this, but they can do that instead. So it makes me want to think that there's something more to dwarves in this game. So I think for now, I am going to play a dwarf. We'll kind of see this character creation go through, figure out if I can stomach being a dwarf. I'm sorry. I like playing elves in my fantasy games. Let me just find a preset here and then we can go to the next thing. Select a preset character appears. Okay, so that's what we were doing here. Yeah, this is a decent preset. Yep. I like that there's obviously the option for different gender identities. And I've even seen like not a spoiler, but you know, well, it is a spoiler, but there are like dialogue choices for that relating to it. But I am just going to play a cis guy. Different lighting options. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. For the best head blending experience, we recommend setting all facial feature sliders to their base values. This can also be done from the reset button at a later time. Sure. Okay, like I said, I'm probably gonna cut this part. We're just gonna play around with it. I have to unpause because, like, damn, you can't have a fat ass, really. You just like, it's just a big ass. It's not like a fat ass. Anyways. Oh, not the innie. Oh. I mean, bro, I hate playing with noses. Like, everything always looks. As soon as you get to the nose part, it's just like, what the fuck is happening here? I don't even know. As someone who has tattoos, obviously, I want to give him tattoos, but like, what's up with this paint or whatever? It's kind of obscuring. I don't know if it's another setting I missed somewhere that removes the paint, but I kind of just want to see what does it look like when they got all this shit on here. I do like the paint though, also. So I might just pick something. I don't know. I'm just like afraid the paint isn't permanent, obviously. So I want to have a tattoo on there. Let's just put this one. That's dwarfy. Okay, leave everything like that. Let's just like pump it up white. Girl, what the fuck? Except this shit isn't reading very well. Sure, he's gonna be red rogue. Oh, here's paint. Okay. I'm just gonna go with a dwarf because it said like if I go back from dwarf, it's gonna remove all my customization options, and I'm not having that. So we're just gonna suck it up, be a dwarf. Obviously, mage restriction here. We're just gonna read it here. Mages rain down fury spells that incinerate, freeze, electrocute, and crush. Some cast from afar, while others prefer close quarters combat. Warriors command the flow of the battle. Some lay waste with sword and shield, while others use a two-handed weapon to send enemies flying. The rogue's hallmarks are quick movements and reflexes, whether wielding a bow or dual swords. They use powerful precise strikes for lethal damage. So, obviously I know who all the companions are, and like I said, I usually play rogues, but just based on who I'm interested in and like party composition wise, I'm probably gonna go with a warrior. Obviously, I'm leaning towards Nev as romance option. But there's 3 mages, I believe. Nev, Emmerich, and Balara, I believe, is also a mage. We got 2 warriors, Tash and Davrin. I'm interested in them, but like from a story perspective, I don't know how combat-wise I want to use them. So I'm kind of like, well, I'll be the warrior then. Then we have Lucanus and Harding are our rogues. Like I said, I'm very interested in Harding's story, so I'm probably going to be using her a lot. And then Lucanus, I was kind of interested in the beginning. I feel like I'm very hipster in the way, like, once people like something, I'm like, no, no thanks. So a lot of people are on Lucanus train right now, and I'm like, not about it. But there is something intriguing about his character. So all that to say, I'm probably going to be using some rogues, some mages in the party. Maybe not so much the warrior, so I'll be the warrior. And we'll just kind of see what we've got here. Okay, obviously armor is going to be what it is. Warriors, in my aesthetic, are not mixed. So we're going to suck it up, be a traditional warrior, I think. I mean, I could just be, right? Like, you could just be a rogue, right? If we're going to have, what's her face in the party? Archer, Harding, I keep forgetting her name. These are the 3 specializations. Okay, Reaper, steal life and risk death to gain incredible unnatural abilities. Slayer, leap into the fray, wield massive punishing weapons while rushing enemies to deal devastating blows. If I am playing a warrior, I'm going to play a 2-hander, not a sword and board. And then champion, be the shield, shrug off damage while summoning. Hello? Okay, girl, I'm not even... It was a fire evacuation thing. It was like, oh, you can go back now. I didn't know we were supposed to leave. The fuck do you mean you can go back? Also, it's 50 degrees out. What fire? Okay. Anyways, I do like these. Let me just see what they do. You know, obviously I can't play mage. Embrace the dark, drain life from enemies, and cast spells that writhe with the essence of death itself. Evoker, call a void, freeze enemies in their tracks, then summon the deepest cold to tear them apart. Spellblade, be the storm, channel potent spells for close quarters combat, infused with lightning's wrath. Interesting. Whoa, that's really wild. Look at that, like, astral effect, cosmic, almost. What's that bird doing there? And then rogue. Duelist, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. Parry and dodge past enemies to gain strength with every strike. Saboteur, set the stage, deploy explosives and turrets that devastate enemies, then pick them off with arrows. Turrets? What the fuck? Whoa, what is that weapon? Looks like a squid on its arm. What the fuck? Veil Ranger, hunt the enemy, snipe enemies from afar using artifacts that charge arrows with dangerous, powerful magic. Whoa. I do like all these. Duelist is obviously returning class, but I do like that some of these specializations are new. Reaper and Champion, I believe, are also returning. Slayer, I don't recognize as from the other games. All the mage ones sound different to me. Evoker might have been in the other ones, but Deathcaller and Spellblade definitely weren't classes. Obviously, there's probably remnants of them, but as far as actually being that class. Okay, backstory. Which of the factions? Okay, we're just gonna look at the outfits first. I really don't know a lot about these factions other than the ones that have obviously been in the games before. I didn't do a lot of research as far as like what their things are, so I don't have a particular inkling at the moment. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Oh, it's geometric, so it's like dwarven, but I don't know about. Ooh, okay. Crow armor is great. Okay, Grey Wardens, we know those. We know these, obviously. Rook is a Grey Warden, ancient military order sworn to battle Darkspawn and other monsters. The Wardens undergo secret, unbreakable rites that grant them supernatural powers against the dark. Gain rep with the Grey Warden more quickly, deal increased damage versus Darkspawn, and base defense and health are increased. Okay. Veil Jumpers. This daring group explores ancient elven ruins in Arlathan Forest. Although founded by elves, they welcome anyone brave enough to face Arlathan's reality-warping magic. Gain reputation with Veil Jumpers. Deal increased damage versus Fade Touched. Deal slightly increased critical and weak point damage. Shadow Dragon. This underground resistance opposes corrupt rulers. I like that. Oppose corrupt rulers and slavery into Winter. Coming from all walks of life, they are determined to bring justice. Increased damage versus Venatori. Your class-specific resource generates faster. Lord of Fortune, an informal collection of explorers, hunters, and treasure seekers from Ravane. The rowdy lords are famed for both daring exploits and narrow escapes. Increased damage versus mercenaries. Perform takedowns with less effort. Morn Watcher, elite necromantic order, exposes the mysteries of life and death and tends to the undead in Navarre's Grand Necropolis. Increased damage versus undead and demons. Apply additional affliction stacks on targets. And additional. Intivan Crow, swift knives in the dark. The crows are ruthless assassins, both respected and feared. Gain reputation. Deal increased damage versus Antam. Those are Kunari, right? And then hold an extra potion. Obviously Warden is fun. It fits the tank role if I'm gonna play into that. I'm kind of leaning towards Shadow Dragon though. You know, fuck the slavers. Fuck the Venatori. Sounds okay. I might go with that for now. Whoa. Backstory. Breaker of bonds. Rook risked everything to liberate the enslaved people of Tevinter, even knowing it would anger the ruling elite. The foundling Rook was adopted into a military family and joined the Shadow Dragons to fight from the shadows for change in Minrathous. While guarding a visiting dignitary who was investigating a slavery ring in the nearby city of Nessus, Rook concluded that the mission would fail without throwing caution to the wind. Alone, he sneaked the dignitary deep into Venatori-controlled zones and brought him back, along with the rescued slaves. These actions brought Rook to the Venatori's attention, and the Shadow Dragons decided to keep Rook out of sight. Okay, what about Warden? These all have backstories, okay. Obviously. Warden's my second choice, is why I'm saying Warden. When innocent lives were at stake, Rook led the charge, saving a village from a monstrous nightmare no matter the cost to himself. During a large Darkspawn incursion, Rook was ordered to hold the line with other Grey Wardens until reinforcements arrived. Rook argued that by then, villagers under attack would be dead. He disobeyed orders, leading the squad into the incursion and sealing the tunnel to the deep roads. This turned the tide and the Darkspawn were driven off, saving the villagers. Rook's heroism was popular among the younger wardens, but others with connections to noble families resented his independent streak. Rook chose to step away while tempers cooled. So he's like a former warden. When lives were at stake, Rook defied orders to rescue people from the mystic perils of Arlathan. On an expedition to ruins in Arlathan Forest, the Veiljumpers found ruins that contained important lost lore and deadly danger. Barely surviving the ruins' ancient magical defenses, Rook's small team recovered an invaluable map leading to a different area of the forest, hidden area. Yeah. I'm very bad at speaking long-windedly, so this is going to be a bit of a tribulation of a playthrough, I think. I get very dry mouth very easily. Although the team escaped, other Veiljumpers found themselves trapped. Rook chose to return to the ruins, saving his teammates' lives but losing the map. He was lauded for his bravery, but the map's loss caused some resentment. I wonder if that map would play in if you picked that Veiljumper storyline. Seeker of Golden Glory. When a corrupt Ravanian noble double-crossed Rook, Rook escaped a collapsing ruin, turning the tables and destroyed a dangerous artifact. A rising Lord of Fortune, skilled at breaking into lost tombs and ruins, Rook killed a corrupt Ravanian noble to revenge an ancient evil from being given to the Venatori. His actions were correct and saved the lives of expedition members, but some nobles were resentful. Because the success of the Lord's expeditions relied on Ravani authorities looking the other way, it seemed wise for Rook to step away. When restless spirits threatened the inhabitants of the Grand Necropolis, Rook took decisive action to protect both the living and the dead. Discovered by undead inside a Grand Necropolis tomb as an infant, Rook was... Discovered by undead inside a Grand Necropolis tomb as an infant, Rook was raised by the necromancers, eventually joining the order. That's already a crazy start. I really like that, but I want to play like a mage character if I'm going to do this more and watch. During a civil war between undead nobility, known later as the War of the Banners, he led a daring attack on the rebellion's dueling leaders. It was a success quelling the war and saving lives, but Rook's destruction of these undead nobles was controversial. Some Morn Watchers feared Rook had offended the Order's aristocratic patrons and encouraged him to travel. When the invaders of Treviso took people captive, Rook was determined to free the prisoners at any cost. A talented new crow recently promoted to full membership, Rook chafed at the cautions of his commanders, especially with his city occupied by brutal soldiers known as the Anton. When Rook saw a patrol herding along captives one night, he leaped into action. Despite saving lives, however, Rook had unknowingly compromised a larger crow operation against the Anton. Rook's superiors were incensed. Sidelined for his actions, the young assassin searched for new ways to prove himself. That's good for like a rogue character, obviously. I think I'm just going to stick to my Shadow Dragons. I like that. I like the anti-slavery angle here. Military family. While guarding a dignitary who was investigating a slavery ring in Nessus, he concluded that the mission would fail without throwing caution to the wind. Alone, he sneaked the dignitary into Venator-controlled zones and brought him back along with the slaves. Okay. Interesting. What? Is this like difficulty level? Oh wow, look at that. Soulless. Like mask. We'll do like a medium. Whoa. Oh, you have to like start on Nightmare. That's what it's saying. Some settings may impact your enjoyment of customize. Okay, we'll just try Adventurer, you know. It's balanced. Emphasis on combat, party comp, and equipment. I don't know, because like a part of me is like, I'm good at timing, you know. I'm pretty decent at like blocking and shit, but it's just like all this. Let's just do normal. I think we can change. Yeah, these settings we can change at any time, so we're fine. Who is this Rook gonna be? I don't have. Usually I'll name my characters Wrathlane. That's my go-to. But he's not a Wrathlane. You know, my elves are Wrathlanes. He's not a Wrathlane. And then usually my female characters are Anajula. Obviously he's not a female character, so let's just see what kind of name sticks out. Keown? Redmond? No. Ward. So where does Rook come from? Like, how does, if he has a full name, where the fuck is Rook? Rook is his title? Rook is his, like, nickname, I guess? Philippe? Jarrell? Turevi. But also, like, what are some dwarfish names, you know? Ulrich. Ulrich. He's an Ulrich. I can see an Ulrich.
Time to get to work. What's he been saying now?
It's not terrible.
Well, we're not in trouble.
Okay, it's not that one.
Let's move.
It's not that one.
Let's move. Well, we made it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to that man. I'm not going to be using that voice.
Well, we made it.
Ooh, I like this one for a female voice.
I'm happy we're here. All of us. I'm happy we're here. All of
And
us.
here's Erika Ishii. Obviously, I know that much.
Hi. We'll be working together.
I don't mind the feminine voices. Obviously, I'm not choosing them for this character,
We'll be working
but like for on a replay, I might pick one of, you know, I don't.
Hi. We'll be working together.
I'm sorry. That's not a dwarf.
Hi. We'll be working together.
I don't know what character that's gonna be.
Hi. We'll be working together.
Oh, I could low pitch him. Let me see.
Hi. We'll be working together.
It's a little better low pitched.
We can lend a hand. He's always got some story.
It's not the voice for my character, but it's better. I don't know which of these medium or low pitch. Like, they're both decent,
going.
but I also feel like the pitching is gonna be
We're
more
alive. That's what counts.
computer generated, and I want it to be a little more natural of a character.
We did well. All of us.
I don't know. I kind of liking the low
We did
pitch.
well. All of us.
Okay, we're gonna suffer the consequence of my actions. Past adventures, the Inquisition. You can customize the main character and a few events from the previous game, Inquisition. Have some minor effects in the story, but can be skipped. Okay. Whoa. Murderer, Herald, Judge, Savior. These are some of the titles heaped on the Inquisitor as she led a force that challenged nations. 8 years ago, a catastrophic breach in the Fade, realm of magic and dreams, threatened the world. Through circumstances some claim fate, a woman rose to lead an organization known as the Inquisition. Traveling many lands, rallying people to her cause, the Inquisitor closed the breach and stopped the villain behind it. She was advised throughout by an elven mage named Solus. The Inquisitor discovered, however, that Solus was in truth an ancient elven god, Fen-Harel the Dread Wolf. He planned to restore things to their primal state when the Fade and physical reality were one. Solus said he regretted the deaths this would cause, but claimed there was no other way to fix what was, to his eyes, an irredeemably broken world. After that, the Dread Wolf vanished, but the Inquisitor swore to find him. So my Inquisitor was, as I said, a Kunari. And guess what? She was a woman. A woman. Because, oh, that's right, the Kunari in this game look kind of weird, to be honest. Oh my god, I have to do this whole character creation thing again. We're going to pause the video, but I will go through this. My Kunari dated Blackwall, and I think that's one of the choices, so we'll go over the choices of my Inquisitor. Also, I really should have looked at my Inquisition playthrough before I started this, because I can't remember what she looked like. I feel like she was like this color skin, but I just don't remember my Inquisitor, to be honest. So we're gonna make it up. But it was a Kunari Templar specialization specifically, so yeah. Alright. And so she actually was Energula.
I won't let this stand.
It wasn't Trainer's voice.
We need to move.
It was this voice. Okay. Cool. Inquisitor Adar was a Kunari mercenary used to the thick of a fight. Her hard-won experience led to many victories and eventually leadership of the Inquisition. It doesn't even have me pick that she's a fucking warrior class. Like, okay. Friendship and romance. Decide whether Inquisitor was romantically involved, and if so, with whom? Blackwall. Warrior with many mysteries, Blackwall found himself hopelessly entangled in a romance he was powerless to resist. Yeah. I just kind of want to read over the other ones here. Founding member of the Inquisition, Cassandra was a hardened warrior who brooked no fools. The Inquisitor, however, grew to know Cassandra's other side, a woman who cherished romance, passion, and the sincere connection they formed together. My original Inquisitor did romance Cassandra. Cullen grew to admire the woman who not only inspired hope but achieved victory in the face of constant danger. As they grew closer, they found solace in quiet. I almost did romance Dory in my first playthrough, but I was like, I really like Cassandra more. Born and raised in the Imperium, Dorian hadn't though. Spelling mistake. Hadn't thought he'd find much to impress him when he traveled south, but as he and the Inquisitor became drawn to each other, their attraction bloomed into a deep and caring relationship that endured even after Dorian reluctantly returned home. Iron Bull. Hulking Kunari, called the Iron Bull shameless flirt, was pleased when the Inquisitor returned his overtures, but what began as a way for them to unwind grew into something deeper. When the Iron Bull's superiors demanded he return on the Inquisitor, he refused and never regretted it. Bester for Mantiva never thought she'd have time for romance until her adventures with the Inquisition. Was flattered when the Inquisitor confessed she'd grown to have feelings for her. The ever-busy diplomat and leader found respite in each other's company. When a surprise engagement threatened to tear them apart, the Inquisitor's heartfelt confession of love brought them back together. I'm curious how bad this camera angle is. You know, I might put it back over here. Sarah. Like how bad of a angle is this? So let's this fucking. Okay. Oh. Wait. Oh. No. Oh. 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 Okay. Sorry. Yes. Finalize. Yes. Continue. She romanced Blackwall. Continue. Fate of the Inquisition. I disbanded it because it doesn't matter about the resources, about the people. It's like, do the mission, Inquisition was formally disbanded. Inquisitor made a rare decision to give up power before it was corrupted any further. She saw that the Inquisition had grown so large it had become easy for others to misuse the many resources at its disposal. Inquisitor disbanded it all and let her people choose new paths of their own. Inquisition's forces were absorbed into the body of the Chantry. It wasn't surprising when the Inquisitor relinquished power of the Chantry. The Inquisition was founded by one of its most faithful knights and had ties to its newest leader, Victoria. Some members of the Inquisition simply became part of the Chantry hierarchy, while others went their own way. What did you do with Solus? I vowed to help him, whatever that option is. Vowed to stop Solus. Solus vanished into order to put his plans in motion. The Inquisitor pledged to stop him. The Inquisitor declared that the danger Solus posed was so great he had to be stopped no matter the cost. Even though her influence had diminished, the Inquisitor still had contacts and old friends who began a hunt. Yeah, save him from himself. He vanished in order to put his plans in motion, refused to give up on him. Inquisitor believed she saw genuine regret in Solus and that he didn't truly want to go through with his plans. She vowed to save her friend from dooming both the world and himself. The Inquisitor's influence had diminished, but she still had contacts who began searching for the Dreadwolf. Yeah, my Inquisitor, the one that we're using, she was definitely like understanding of people and like forgiveness, forgiveness of others, but also forgiveness of yourself. That's part of why she was so attracted to Blackwall, was like, just because you did a bad thing in the past doesn't mean you're doomed to it forever. And so I really like that sort of theme going on with some of the characters. It's not just one bad decision that sets you on your current path forever. You have choices. You have choices to make. You can change. So just like with Blackwall, forgive yourself and like let's work on being a new person. Same thing with Solus. Like, yes, you did a bad thing in the past. This is not a good thing to be doing here. So let's, but we're not going to give up on Solus. There's still good in him, and he can just don't do it. Don't do it, Solus. Okay, and then this is just finalizing. Yes. Okay, here's this dwarf bitch again. Okay, his voice and whatever. Accept. Okay. Well, after probably more than an hour of doing all this shit, we're gonna finally start this game. Ooh, you can change your appearance. Okay. All that to say, we didn't need to do all this. Still loading. There was no loading symbol for a second. I'm covering the loading symbol, but it was absent for a good 20 seconds, 10 seconds. So I was nervous for a second. Damn, I need a new computer. That's what this game is telling me. Just based on how long this load time is. I'm also not, like I said, the camera position, but also like where it is on the screen. I'm not sure where I want the camera yet. So we'll just trial run. We'll figure it out. I see a cursor. Is there something happening?
So, where were we? Oh, right. Him. Our best plan is to stop the Dreadwolf before he can perform his ritual. After following his trail across half the known world, we finally tracked him to Manrathus, capital of the Tevinter Imperium.
The snakes. Obviously the griffin. I think that was Orzammar at the bottom. I didn't catch it already. Neth, my queen. Oh my god, she's so beautiful.
Our story begins where all great stories begin. With the seediest bar in town. And a missing contact.
I'm just so excited for like where the plots are gonna twist. You know, how these characters are going to evolve, any secrets they might have.
Let's try this again. Where's Nev Gallus?
Where's my wife?
You think you can come into my bar and make demands?
Kinda. First dialogue choice. Ooh, I don't know. Usually I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. You know, let's be friends. But like, I'm kind of like, you know, let's get into this bitch. I'll do more than demand.
Nev Gallus is my only shot at finding the Dreadwolf. I'm not leaving until I know where she is.
Is that red lyrium on those dudes? Are these Venatori?
Darling, you're adorable.
I'm a big fucking dwarf, dude. I put myself at max height, so I don't know how tall I'm gonna be, but like compared to these dudes, he's a lot taller than I expected.
Not enough gold in the world for this.
Varric, now!
Oop. Damn.
Meet Bianca. She'd like you to stay a while.
Let's go, dwarves.
Nev Gallus.
Dumat Plaza. The Venatori cultists took her to Dumat Plaza.
These hands are rated E for everyone.
Your friend Nev Gallus. He's at Dumat Plaza.
I heard. That's why you're my second in command. Although, for the record, there was probably an easier way to do that than fighting an entire bar.
Eric is know that you like action more than words. I wasn't really a Purple Hawk kind of guy, so I'm not promising anything regarding that. I usually do the blue route, to be honest, from DA2. So.
What did I have to worry about? You were there watching my back.
Yeah.
Come on. Harding will be worried.
All right. Break's over.
Let's go, dwarves! Got Harding and Varric already. It's hilarious. I had watched the beginning, you know, this first 20 minutes of gameplay or whatever, so I forgot about that, but
If she says she's
still
got a
funny.
lead on Solus, I believe her.
Okay,
The Archon's palace. Something must have gotten them riled up.
hopefully we can take these graphics.
Spare a coin, please.
It's a little bit, I'll give you money.
Androst, I bless you.
Something's up with this camera. I don't like the shakiness of it.
You still think you can talk him down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons.
What you guys
I
doing?
have to talk him down.
The cinematics are gorgeous.
Get down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in Minrathous.
We've got to help her.
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we...
Hello?
Oh, crap.
We're too late.
The ritual
Oh,
started.
this is Solus.
But if we
Jesus.
hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go.
Alright, so this is like really the first part of the game, is that thing.
She'll get us to Dumat Plaza.
I forgot my shift keys. Ah! My shift key's kind of broken. So we'll see how often I have to sprint.
Is Solus summoning demons on purpose?
Woo!
My guess is the veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the
I'm
cracks.
getting some stuttering.
And when the veil comes down completely,
Oh, whoa,
The
whoa, whoa.
whole world is going to look a lot like this.
Hey, Pride Demon. Damn.
Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
Okay, Dave, I'm going to follow you. Press F to mantle.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the doors quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
And what about you two? Are you okay?
fought some demons, and the Archon's palace took a few shots at us. Nothing we couldn't handle.
Speak for yourself.
Have you got my gear?
Right over there.
Okay.
Where's Nev Gallus? Wasn't she at the meeting point?
The Venatori got to her first. We grabbed her before we arrived and paid off the bar owner to keep it quiet.
Let's go, dwarves.
I'm not surprised
It's
our
hilarious.
detective did something to piss off
a
a
bunch of
cult
dwarves
of
looking for
murderous
Nev
blood
Gallus.
mages. But their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Rook, you're with the Shadow Dragons. I figured you'd know Minrathous better than I do.
Sure, but Minrathous is huge. This is nowhere near my neighborhood. I can try.
Don't worry, scouting's my specialty. Follow me.
Eyes up. We've got company.
We're gonna fight some. Everyone's pimped out with their fucking bows and shit, and I just got one sword. Like, come on, get rid of that gun.
Demon.
Yeah, I assumed it was left click. Okay. Use your light attack up to 4 times in a row to create an attack chain. The last hit is a final that deals increased
Here
damage.
they come.
Okay, it's one of those. How do I block? Is it right click? Yep. Hold it. Okay. What does my X do?
I think that's the last of them.
Yes!
Dumont Plaza to find Nev. You two all right?
I can switch between. Okay, so I'm not like stuck. Oh, sorry, everyone's talking. I can switch between my weapon sets. I don't have to pick
No, I think
between
that's Dumont Plaza.
two-hander or sword and shield. I can do both, depending on what
I
I
don't get
want.
it. If Solus tears down the veil, doesn't that destroy
Oh,
everything?
yeah.
Solus always talked about how beautiful the ancient world was.
That world existed before the Veil, and he wants to bring it back.
Even if his ritual kills us all in the process.
Hello.
Venatori cultists! Reinforcements! To be here soon!
Damn.
I hate these assholes. Looks like the Venatori put a barrier.
Just swinging this shit. Okay.
More intruders!
Avenge our fallen brethren!
Oh,
Friendly
I
bunch of
was.
cultists, aren't they?
Used to fight these assholes every day in the Shadow Dragons.
Glad you kept up practice.
Press space once. Oh, I missed what the tooltip was. Something about pressing space once to dodge.
Come on. Guess we're sliding down.
Whee! Okay, and this green thing is a potion, I'm assuming. Driving kick. Use tab. Oh, okay. That's going to bring up my abilities, I'm assuming. Requires 50 rage. Warriors generate rage by striking enemies with weapon hits. Yup. Drop kick, bitch.
Tethras.
I wonder if I have to hold, or can I like quick parry, you know?
Another barrier. But it looks like Nev's work using the Venatories.
The animations are cool, even for Warrior, you know. Hey, girl.
Alright, harding. Not the worst timing.
Nev.
She's so
it's
pretty.
so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in the city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time.
Is that like
Then
a
the
sword
sky
or what?
started raining
A scepter?
demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Nev Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us find Solus. Nev, meet Rook. Both of you have done some work for the Shadow Dragons.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Some old friends said if I was working in Tevinter, the Shadow Dragons are worth trusting.
Nice job.
Nice to meet you. Based on the Venatori, you've got excellent taste in enemies.
I do my best.
You said you had a lead?
I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic, similar to what you get in Elven ruins. I traced it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. Before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble in my city. Let's go.
Yeah, shut up. Templar captain. I thought they didn't have Templars in the Imperium. Maybe they did, it's just not like Templars in Ferelden. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's dead
So if we do
bodies.
catch Solus, or the Dread,
Oh.
whatever he calls himself, what's the plan?
He wants to bring down the veil. Hopefully that ritual takes his full attention.
So we catch him while he's doing his ritual, so he can't fight us.
That's the hope. If it comes to a straight-up fight, we're dead.
Okay, you know.
I'm getting too old for this.
Oh god. So much stuff
There.
going on.
That's the building I tracked Solus to.
Looks like the Venatori also found it. And then demons found them.
Ooh, shield toss. Charge your attack by holding Q. Okay. Oh, defeat them quickly with Q, or they will regenerate over time.
Enchantment on the
Okay.
entrance. I can get it.
You go get it, girl. Yeah.
So this is the Dread Wolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Some of this looks ancient.
Solus has been around longer than Manrathus itself.
I don't know if I like sword or shield better or dual wield. Just the hammer, this Harley Quinn ass hammer is not doing it for me. You know,
Broken
I don't
chains.
mind dual wielding.
Solus
It's
freeing
just
slaves.
Solus hates slavery. One of the few things we actually agreed on.
He said the other elven gods were tyrants who oppressed his people. He was trying to help them.
It's interesting that he'd come to Tevinter then. The hub of slavery.
What do you see?
No sign of Solus. Just a big glowing window or mirror or something.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Oh,
Ancient
What's
elves
this?
doing something to
A
a dragon,
dragon, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Trying to control it, maybe?
Solus said the other elven gods were evil. If they were binding dragons, he was right about that much at least.
There's a little wolf statue. Classic. Oh,
More demons.
ah! Warriors have access to powerful two-handed weapons such as great axes and mauls. Attacks are slower than those with weapon and shield, but inflict more damage. Basic defend is replaced with time defend when using. Okay. Can you hit it? So there's a lot of potions everywhere. That's good. You know, you don't have to worry too much about not getting hit. Let's go up here. This isn't the way, but like, is there a secret? Oh. Well,
It sounds like
I need to be up here.
Below.
Then let's have a look.
Hello. What's this?
It's the
Okay.
big glowing window you saw earlier, Rook.
Oh, it's an
It's
alluvium.
called an alluvium.
Yeah.
They're elven and very old.
It acts like a doorway from one place to another. Solus uses them to get around quickly.
He must have gone through it.
Then so do we.
Well, we're not in Minrathous anymore.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. We've never seen anything like it.
What? I love at the start of the game just casually, oh yeah, Solus is gonna fucking tear down the veil. It's not even like the end game, it's like... You know, it's an interesting choice. I guess, you know, 10 years of development, obviously. Oh, oh shit! Damn!
The demons were bad back in Minrathous.
The Fade's a mess this close to the ritual. No telling what could come through.
You know, I'm trying to be open-minded to where the story's gonna go.
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
Agile attack. Okay. The NPCs are doing a decent amount of damage, which is nice. You know, companions.
We get tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left to light. Might have to hurry.
Does my rage deplete every time I'm out of combat? Okay, let me see if there's something that's
Almost there.
There is some secrets. Ooh, some money, money, money. Money. Bro, stop! Yeah, my rage depletes when I'm not in combat. Whoa. Wow! You just jump. Crazy ass jump.
Nothing compared to how many will get if Solus finishes his ritual.
I am a dwarf and I'm swinging my hammer. I'm glad that I'm playing a dwarf actually, you know. I think it was good to wait until now. Why? Okay. Can I get to this? I'm glad that I waited until this game to play a dwarf. Okay. Mini boss. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We have to stop this demon quickly.
Hello? Is there a way to like lock on? Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Hilarious.
How did a demon this large get through the veil?
Is that level 4 or what's up with that? Okay. I would love if there was a way to like lock on. Control? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Everyone all right?
Good enough. Let's get to Solus.
I'm very scared. Varric is fucking gonna die soon. I just know, like, I haven't been spoiled about it, but I just... It doesn't make sense. Like, why would he not be a companion if he's not here? You know? That's the only thing I can think of.
All right. I'll take it from here.
Are you sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Varric, Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
Okay.
We've got your back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
I mean, that's true. He's
Thanks,
the only
Rock.
one
Whatever
who has a
else he
connection to
is,
Solus.
He's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
More demons!
You better go quick, Varric.
Take care of the team for me.
That sounds like you're gonna die, dude. What do you mean? Take care of the team. You'll be right back. Everything's gonna be fine.
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Let's buy him some time.
Okay. I'm blocking. I'm parrying.
Better talk fast. Can't hold these demons off forever.
Oh, she's so strong. Ice Queen.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the... People are dying right now. You need to listen. Please.
People are always dying.
Damn.
It is what they do.
Damn.
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
And what about the demons? Varric needs us to hold them off.
Right, you two stay here. I'll bring down the statue.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Anyone got a better idea?
Well,
Fine, but you'll need backup. I'm with you.
I'm a mage. I'll go.
Either way, someone needs to stay back and deal with the demons.
Nev's a mage. Harding can fight some demons. Nev can help me with the magic stuff that's going on with the ritual. I was also gonna say, okay, so I know what happens. I know that some of the elven gods get released. My thing is, I'm curious, like, Solus's whole point is that he wants to tear down the veil because he feels bad about what he did to the elven gods. So if we can release the elven gods without tearing the veil down, can't we just like do that instead? I just trying to like throw a prediction for like maybe where the plot can go from this game. But Nev's coming with me.
Let's go, Nev. Harding.
Nev will risk everything to stop. What does that mean?
Good luck.
What do you mean Nev will risk everything to stop Solus? What is? You're with me. You're safe, right? What does that mean? I don't like that. Nev will risk everything to stop Solus. Ah, my, she's dead already. Oh, okay. What do you mean she will risk everything to stop Solus?
This is it.
We need to bring down the scaffolding.
Well, if you face the scaffolding, that would be helpful.
Why tear down the veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost?
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
There's always a better way.
It isn't falling. We need to push it.
Right.
Together.
Use some magic on it. Come on now.
You've come a long way and made a valiant effort, Varric, but this story does not end with my downfall.
It's not what we want. We just want you to stop. Oh, God. Please. What's going on? Everyone okay? Are you intact, Nev? Nev? Need to run. Oh, Varric, what are you doing? Oh, Varric. No. Solus, what are you doing with that? I knew it. As soon as I saw that fucking knife, I was like, what are you doing with that knife? Why do you have that knife there? What is happening? What the fuck's going on? What the fuck? This is what you fucking wanted, Solus, right? You want the Elven Gods to be released again? Oh my god, what just happened? Where's Nev? What the fuck? Oh my god. Nev. What are you doing? Oh my god. I can't. Oh, she's getting Varric. Okay. She's getting Varric. Oh my. Where'd Solus go? Huh? Where'd Solus go? What's... Oh my god. Okay, game over. Thank you for joining me with Dragon Age of Veilguard. See you in another 10 years. Oh my god, that's the beginning of the game. Like, I know on a logical level where we go from here, but...
You have no idea what you have done.
Solus. I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world.
It was a byproduct, so yes, you were. What do you mean?
When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Oh, this is the Fade?
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Your physical body is unconscious, but you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic?
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic. Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
Okay, fine.
Alright, you brought me here to talk. What are we talking about?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped.
Right.
When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until
I don't think I knew
trapped
that.
them. Thanks to you,
Or if I did, I didn't put that
I
two and
am
two
now
together.
trapped, and the blighted Elven Gods walk free.
You let them out.
Thanks to me. I wasn't the one performing a big
Right.
ritual to free them.
Free them? My mortal enemies. I was ensuring that they would never escape their prison.
You were tearing down the veil.
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation
Fuck
why
off.
this was your fault.
Varric.
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
So those things that got out, you said they were gods?
They said they were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
Okay, now I'm worried. No. Like, honestly, my rook is kind of leaning towards this angry choice a lot. I'm not gonna say it's his fault, because yes, I did fuck up his ritual, but like, I had a plan. Bitch, you want to tear down the veil. To tear down the veil, you're releasing the Elven Gods. You released the Elven Gods. It went according to your fucking plan. Like, fuck you.
We stopped you. We'll stop them.
I had a ritual dagger of pure lyrium. My network of mirrors could take me from the lighthouse across the world in moments. Right now, you seem to have neither. Do you intend to knock over the statue during the
Yeah,
ritual?
whatever it takes.
Well, I don't intend to take advice from the elven god of lies.
Quite right.
Ooh.
Elganan and Gillenane are your problem to solve.
Ooh.
This is your responsibility.
Okay,
now.
well, I didn't mean to like dismiss Solus, but I am like, bro, if you don't want to listen to Varric of all people, then I'm not gonna listen to you. That's what I'm. The consequences of my actions. It's fine. It's fine. I don't. You know, BioWare has in the past been like some of the proofs, you know, whatever. This is a hint as to what's going on, but I'm not sure that I'm
Why?
tear down the veil. Listen.
liking the... Oh, they will remember this aspect there. Oh, he's alive. Eric's fucking alive.
It's your responsibility now.
Well, look who's still with us.
I thought he died. I thought you died.
But I saw Solus stab you. You fell.
Trust me, kid. I've had worse. It'd take more than a flesh wound to stop me. Don't think I'll be making it out to the field anytime soon, though.
More. Okay, so that's our investigate option there.
What happened?
I did my best to talk sense into
Feels he let
Solus,
you down for
but
putting
of
faith in his
course, he
relationship with
wasn't
Solus.
listening. He never does.
The plan did go a little wrong.
Yeah. Harding got everyone out. By the skin of her teeth,
Nice.
mostly. Before you start worrying, Nev will be fine. She's apparently a lot tougher than both of us put together. Or, at least, she's a lot tougher
You
than
fucked
me.
up your leg, huh? I'm leaning towards I'm sorry, Varric, but like I do want to let him know about the Avenurus. We'll try and split our...
I should have come up with a better plan. I should have...
You worked with what you had. And you succeeded, by the way. World isn't drowning in demons.
It isn't over, though. We trapped Solus in the Fade, but something else got out. Something...
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. Like the time you disobeyed orders while taking down that Veilguard slavery ring. There's a reason I dragged you into this whole Solus mess. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Rook, look who's awake.
She was injured.
I've been searching the place for Lyrian
But also-
potions. Didn't mean to intrude.
Not at all.
She's so pretty.
I was just about to have a look around.
Oh, be careful if you go outside, Rook. It is a long way down. The Alluvian led us into something, and it's in the Fade. Because that's what we needed. The dream world.
Then I really
Oh,
need to look
we're in the
around.
Fade?
Can't hurt, in theory. And we need to talk about our next move. Maybe find Harding? She went outside somewhere. There's a table in the central area here. I'll meet you both there.
Go ahead, Rook. Me, I need to sleep.
Okay. As long as you're alive,
See you later, kid.
just rest, okay? Stop with the doom talk, man. You need to just fucking rest. Stay alive, Eric, okay? God. Explore the lighthouse. Okay. Bonus items. Use the wardrobe to claim your rewards. Your account has been granted bonus items. View new game. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, blood dragon armor. Why did we get that? Ooh, is this transmog? Oh, even you guys can have different appearances. Cool. Not a lot, but you do have a couple, which is nice. Okay.
I wish I could be out there with you, Rook. Just be careful,
Hello?
all right?
I've heard she's got a visible... Yeah, okay, that's cool. She got a, like... What is that, a snake? I swear, if she really is the mage that... You know, the meme about the mage betraying the party. Why is it a snake? That's a fucking snake on her foot. I can't look at it too much, but, like... Girl, if you are, ooh, it's gonna be even better for the story. There's also a fan theory that, well, I don't know how popular it is, but I did see like something like Balara might be one of the Avenurus. I don't know. I'm intrigued. Codex. I gotta be one of these codex readers. Introduction to Lighthouse. Once the lighthouse was a place of learning, with tools to study the secret workings of great magic. When Solus rebelled against those who call themselves our gods, the lighthouse became his center of operations, with tools to study the best ways to free ourselves from the tyranny of the Evanurus. You are safe here, both those of flesh and those of fade. Any who wish to help are welcome. The magic of the lighthouse will provide for your needs, see to your comfort, and even help you understand different tongues for those who escaped here from distant parts of the Empire. Should you have any other needs, ask for the slow arrow, and I will help. Felasan. A letter dated 6 months ago. Merkar, me. Good to hear from you. I hope the North is treating you well, even if your quarry remains elusive. Things here in Minrathous go about as well as expected. Venatory presence continues to grow, the result of an obscene amount of gold being funneled into the cult by sympathetic magisters. Some of the Shadow Dragons have had run-ins with some of them, particularly the ones seeking revenge for your shutting down of their slaver ring in Nessus. Don't trouble yourself. This is nothing we can't handle. For now, focus on your work with Varric. A strong alliance with someone with ties to the Inquisition and Kirkwall can only benefit the Shadows and the people we serve. Bring the light and good luck. I forgot Varric is fucking Viscount of Kirkwall. I don't know if they acknowledge that at all in the game because there's not a lot of connections to the old games, but it's the truth. Oh my god, all this stuff. What the hell? You're gonna make me read this much. Okay. The Anderfels. The Anderfels are a land of shocking extremes. It is the most desolate place in the world, for two blights have left great expanses of the steppes so completely devoid of life that corpses cannot even decay there. No insect or grub will ever reach them. It is a land filled with wonders like the Murdain, with its gigantic white statue of Our Lady carved into its face, her hands outstretched and bearing an eternal flame, or Weishaupt, with its walls of living rock towering over the desolate plains below. The Anders, too, are a people of extremes, the most devout priests and the most deadly soldiers, the poorest nation in the world and the most feared. I'm really not great with the geography of the world. With the Inquisition, at least we had like a little map to sort of see, okay, this is Orlais, this is Ferelden. Tevinter's up here a little bit. There's a little bit of geography there. So I'm not sure what the Anderfels are. Anyways, all that to say, I hope we see a map here. Also, I don't know if there is a connection or not, but I always found it weird. There's a place called the Anderfels, and there's the Anders, and then there's a character called Anders as well. Like, is that intentional? Okay. I don't know how much I'm going to read. Like, I just want to play. Andraste Briar the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathous, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false god, the mountains and the winds, did not answer her, but the true god did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste could not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband Mafarath and told him that the Maker had revealed her. Together they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the Mage Lords, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide washing over the Imperium. And when Mafarath saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last the armies of Andraste and Mafarath stood before the very gates of Minrathous, but Andraste was not with them, for Mafarath... how am I saying that? I know how to say it, but I'm saying it so much I don't know if I'm saying it anymore. For Mafarath had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to Tevinter. For this, the Archon would give Mafarath all the lands to the south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Alamari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mathrath, cursed mankind for the betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. Speaking of Anders and everything, Andraste too has that sort of Ander sound. I've seen a theory that Andraste is one of the elven gods. Basically, the Maker Chantry religion is also like based on the Evanuris and the elven gods. We've seen already that the elven gods aren't really elven gods. They are just elves who have quote unquote ascended. So there is some stock to put in where humans, Shemlin, they're taking their own little religion from somebody else. So I think in the sort of matchup, Andraste, it would be Mythal, right? And I don't know the Evanuris too well. That was one of my bad parts. Was like I don't really know who they all are. Even the two that were released here, I think he said it was Gillanane and somebody else. I can't remember. Antiva. In the rest of the civilized world, it is common belief that Antiva has no king. I assure you, gentle readers, that this is untrue. The line of kings in Antiva has remained unbroken for 2,500 years. It is simply that nobody pays any attention to them. In truth, this nation was ruled by a collection of merchant princes. They are not princes in the literal sense, but heads of banks, trading companies, and vineyards. Their power is conferred strictly by wealth. Antiva is not primarily renowned for its peculiar form of government, nor for its admittedly unparalleled wines. Antiva is known for the crows. Since Antivans are well known for being good at everything but fighting, it is more than a little ironic that Antiva possesses the most deadly assassins in the world. Their fame is such that Antiva keeps no standing army, no king is willing to order his troops to assault her borders, and no general is mad enough to lead such an invasion. The attack would likely succeed, but its leaders would not see the day. I do remember this codex entry specifically. So that was my hesitation to reading all these. Like I feel like some of these are going to be from the old game, because why do I have 28 unlocked if I just started? So I have a feeling these ones at least are from previous games, but we'll just kind of read and see what makes sense and what doesn't. Arlathan Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots, and never reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift in a centuries-long slumber. It was not death, for we know they wandered the fate in dreams. In those ages, our people called all the land Elvenan, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the center of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, a place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. While our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable place, the world outside the lush forests and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Parvalan to the north, called Shemlin or Quicklings by the ancients. The humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. Humans brought worse things than war. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human disease, and the first time in elven history, they died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down. Our ancestors came to look upon humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way that humans see our people in the cities. Ancient elves immediately moved to close Elvenan off from the humans for fear that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. Interesting. Part 2. You ask what happened to Arlathan. Sadly, we do not know. Even Those of us who keep the ancient lore have no record of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall and the fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Tevinter, which, and for what reason we do not know, moved to conquer Elvenon. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. With magic, demons, and even dragons at their behest, the Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that had stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and human contact quickened their veins until every captured elf turned mortal. The elves called to their ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why they didn't answer, our people felt left only a legend. They say Fen'Harel, Dreadwolf, Lord of Tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. Gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss, neither group ever again to enter the other's lands. Gods did not know that Fen'Harel had planned to betray them. And by the time they realized the Dreadwolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact. It is a fable, to be sure, but those elves who travel the beyond claim that Fen'Harel still roams the world of dreams, keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans our people had once considered mere pests. It's said the Tevinter Magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying eons. See, this also kind of fits in with the thought that the Maker and all that chantry stuff is related to the elves, because we know that from Corypheus that the Tevinter Magisters did go to the Golden City and Black City and all that stuff, right, in the Fate. So chantry says that instance of the Tevinter Magister going into the Fade is what caused the blights and, dark magic and spoiling the Golden City or whatever. Spoiling the Golden City sounds reminiscent of what's going on with Arlathan here, where the humans here, Tevinter, are invading Arlathan, the Golden City, and spoiling, making the elves mortal and everything. So it kind of adds to that theory that the elves and the chantry are kind of two sides of the same coin with their religion. I'm just trying to think, like, if that's the case, but we know from Solas's account that he made the veil separating the Fade. So I don't know. It's just a lot of lore to think about, and I don't think I'm smart enough to put it all together. Okay. We don't need to worry about spirits and demons. The crows and Queen Madrigal. The first crow refused to speak, even when we put hot coals to the soles of his feet and peeled the skin off his face and hands with a paring knife. He opted instead to chew through his own tongue and choke to death on the blood. Jesus Christ. Second captive repeated what we already knew. Queen Madrigal went on a hunt and did not appear for the evening's festivities. Her body was later found with 4 steel swords through the chest. I asked what he knew about one of the 4 swords being a replica of Hysarian's Sword of Mercy. He had not heard about that, or at least claimed as much. He later died in the rack, smiling slightly. Third crow must have realized he would not leave the dungeon alive. He seemed to hope that by angering Master Fior, he would earn himself a quick death. The crow tried our patience with pity comments. While Master Fior was trying to work, at one point he made a remark about Fior's mother, which I shall not repeat. I will admit to feeling admiration for his ability to maintain a capacity for coherent speech and even some wit while under extreme duress. Amid all his useless chatter, this third crow did raise an important point. His guild has a reputation to uphold. They are ruthless, efficient, and discreet. How would they maintain such notoriety if agents routinely reveal the names of employees with something as banal as torture? Gave me some pause. I called for a halt to the session. After some thought, I stabbed the man through the heart and set the 4th and 5th crow captives free. If there is a confession to be extracted, it will not be done with pain. I recommend we abandon this course of action. The Dalish Elves. I took the road north from Valroyo toward Navarro with a merchant caravan. A scant 2 days past the Orlesian border, we were beset by bandits. They struck without warning from the cover of the trees, hammering our wagon with arrows, killing most of the caravan guards instantly. The few who survived the arrow storm drew their blades and charged into the trees. We heard screams off by the forest, and then nothing more. After a long silence, the bands appeared. Elves covered in tattoos and dressed in hides, They looted all the supplies and valuables they could carry. These, I was informed later, were the Dalish, the wild elves who lurk in the wilderness. No. Deep roads. Okay, I think I'm gonna save some of these for later. I do want to read the new stuff, obviously, but we can go back to these ones at a later point. So, Deep Roads, we'll read this one. Isn't a dwarf alive who remembers the deep roads as they once were? They were the network of tunnels that joined the tides together. To be honest, it isn't even right to give them such a simple term as tunnels. They are works of art, with centuries of planning demonstrating the geometry of their walls, with the statues of the paragons, the flow of lava that keeps the deep roads lit and warm. Cloud gazers up on the surface talk of the imperial highway built by the magisters of old, a raised walkway that crossed thousands of miles, something that could only have been built by magic. Perhaps it's comparable to deep roads, although we dwarves didn't need magic. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. The Darkspawn rule the deep roads now. When Orzammar sealed off the entrances to the deep roads, abandoning everything that lay out there, we handed over the kingdom that was to those black bastards forever. To think that there are genlocks crawling over Boundamer now. I'm going to stick with Boundamer. Tearing down our statues and defiling our greatest works. Corruption covers everything we built out there. Every dwarf who goes out and comes back says that it gets worse with each passing year. Foulness spread a little further, and the cloud gazers think the Darkspawn are gone just because they aren't spilling out onto the surface. One day when Orzammar is gone for good, they'll find out differently. Those Darkspawn won't have anywhere else to go but up, and they'll do it. The surface folk will have themselves a blight that'll never end. Shadow Dragons, 1 out of 49. So much lore. Okay, on to Vinder Templars. When one mentions the Templar Order, you no doubt picture the armored members of the Southern Chantry. These Templars are trained to combat uncontrolled magic, blood magic, and abominations with the goal of protecting people, including the mages themselves, from the most violent manifestations of magical power. However, they also embody the Southern Chantry's control over mages and enforce many of its strict rules and regulations over magic in general. In addition to combat training, these Templars ingest lyrium, this mineral usually used by mages for enchantments and rituals, grant Templars the ability to resist and dispel magic. The fact that it's also addictive, chaining them into the Chantry and resulting in paranoia, obsession, and dementia is swept under the rug. Yes, we've heard all about that dirty little secret. As you may have surmised by my use of Southern Chantry, this is not the case in Tevinter. We know that magic can only serve it is allowed to flourish. We do not suppress talent, we nurture it. That is not to say that we ignore the dangers of magic and what it might allow those with a violent intent if not combated. As in the South, our Templars are trained to prevent the excesses of blood magic and to subdue demons as well as those inflicted by possession. But our Templars do not take lyrium. They do not enforce unnecessary regulations. They are not given power over mages, but follow the lead of our most esteemed magisterium. They serve the Chantry and the people of the Imperium. I must admit, I rather prefer our way of doing things. From Lysithia Paulus, living in a border town of the Imperium, to a cousin in Orlais. 182, what the hell? Okay, well, it's fun that the faction I chose has the most lore, apparently. Out of the 6. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna read those more incrementally over time, because my throat cannot take all that reading. I wonder if that's supposed to be something, or if because of my texture pack, it's not. I don't know. There's like vines up there. Okay, this is the infamous table from all the stuff that we see pre-game. I'm kind of getting dizzy. I might need to take a break. Let's talk with Harding and see. There we go.
Rook, you're awake. And We're...
In the Fade.
This is where people come when they dream, but dwarves don't dream. And somehow, we're here.
Yeah, it's unreal. Nev thought we should talk about what to do next.
We should. But maybe look around a little. We might be here a while.
Explore. Gather the team at the library table. Optional. Talk to everybody. Ooh, skill point. Whoa, what the hell going on with these? I'm confused. So, like, do I have access to this at all? Or is it because I'm not... This is a huge ass skill tree is what I'm seeing. I have 3 skill points. But even just like looking out here. Okay, so the specializations, obviously, whatever, level 20. 3 of these factions... Can I use them even though I'm not part of the faction? I'm assuming I can. I think, yeah, because there was a bit there about, like, you can, if you're part of this faction, you get more renown with them quicker or something. So, I'm assuming you can, like, unlock these other faction things still. Okay, well, we're stuck here in the middle, so. Oh, there's hold attacks, okay. Dodge, defend... Weapon swap. Okay, so you can charge attacks. I didn't even know that. Let's see. Perfect defense. Attack right after perfect defense. Okay, let's get that. Shield volley is throw your shield and then that seems complicated. Tumbling blades. Double dodge, then attack. Maybe. Greater passive downfall. Attack while you're airborne. Okay. Keen precision. Let's do that. Titan stomp. Oh my god. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god. There's so many things. Okay. Let's just get our passes for now. I'm okay with that. Can I do their skill trees too? Or do they just kind of do whatever? Eventually expire as you progress. What? There's time gated? What's time gated?
Wisps.
Hey girl.
Figures are in the Fade, but I swear they're following me.
You alright?
Maybe they're trying to
Strange
help you.
place you've fallen into, but I'll work with it. You know me.
Do I?
We're both shadow dragons and both from Minrathous. Maybe our paths haven't crossed, but I know our work has.
I made a call that got you injured right after we met.
I'll be fine. You trusted me for the job, and I delivered. That's what counts. If we're stuck in this, let's hope you can trust me again.
Where's the flirt option? Yes! Okay, let me just see. Is this gonna overwrite the flirt? Because if so, I'm gonna flirt.
Alright. But I still wish we had a smoother start.
So much for first impressions.
Here's hoping I'm better on the second.
Well, you're not bad so far.
You take a lot of notes. What about?
Lately, what we know, or knew, before Solus changed the game.
And it's...
Not much. I'm sure Lace would hate to hear that, but one step at a time.
We'll figure this out. I'm sure of it.
Really? Do you know something I don't?
No, we just... Well, we have to, right?
Yeah, that's the job.
Never proves. So is this your place in the lighthouse, I guess? And you're gonna chill out here? Chill out? Anyway, I'm guessing. Oh. Harding? Ooh, that's the dining hall. Okay. Whoa. Oh. painted pot. Oh, what the fuck is this? Imperial weave. Okay. Oh. Codex. Ooh. To enter the library passage, 3 pairings must meet face to face. What? What pairing? Ooh. I'm trying to see if there's another statue somewhere. Is there one across the way here? I think there's a statue over there. Okay. It's giving me Midnight Suns vibes, where there's secrets to unlock in the home base. You gotta look at your friend over here. Look across the way. Yeah.
Must be 2 more.
Pure ore. Okay. What's that? Okay. What's this? What's this? Okay, this is where Harding sits, I guess.
It wasn't supposed to go this way. What do we do now? What do we do?
It's okay, girl. Whoa, it's okay. Don't cry.
Harding,
Oh, hey, Rook. How's it going?
Are you okay?
Did you ever find places like this chasing Solus with Varric?
Not exactly. But with Solus, it was always about the Fade, or the Veil, or some other in-between place. Varric always hated it, though. At least this place feels different. Maybe safer?
Harding, are you doing all right?
I don't know. Are you? Is anyone? Anyway, doesn't matter how I'm doing.
Yes, it does.
What are we gonna do about this mess? We were going to go back through the Illuvian, right? Let's start with that. As soon as we can.
Where is that
You know,
going
you
to lead
can
us?
take some time to just...
Now you sound like Varric. Varric and I started this. And I can't stop. Not now. Don't ask me to. So,
It's not
come
about
get me when you're
stopping,
ready to
it's
go.
about taking a break.
Alright?
Okay. 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 What you got in here? Anything else in this? Some gold. Ah! Can I fall in the fade? I mean, I'm assuming I can't, but like... There's brambles over certain buildings, which I'm assuming I can't get into at the moment. Let me just try. I don't know if it's gonna be like I have to unlock something, or if it's just like, oh yeah, the person who's gonna live there isn't ready. Yeah. I have to get over there. I'm doing secrets. I'm busy doing secrets here. What's that little flame flicker thing? Okay, come on now, don't fall into the abyss. Abyss.
That's the second. One more to go.
Jump! Jump! Okay, there's a third pair of statues somewhere. Let me just see if I can see where they're at. Honestly, I would not know. Maybe up here. We have to build this bridge up somehow. That's probably the only thing I can think of. We haven't been up here yet, right? More codex. Ooh. Look at this place. We planned a rebellion here once, said we'd change the future of the elves, throw off tyrants, and we did. Now the path outside is fractured. It'll be hard rekindling all the Illuvians. Solus, if you see this, I'll be looking for you out in this world and in the mortal one. Don't cause too much trouble before I get there. I wonder who that's written by. Can I pick it up? Okay. Oh, here's another statue. Oh, this is a simple one. Just look at each other.
Okay. That did something.
It said it would like open up the library room or something, right? Okay, I'm gonna take a mini break and then I'll continue playing miscellaneous things. Notes on a caretaker. This note has a smear of paint on one corner. Have they always been here? There are things in the crossroads unknown even to the wise, though the most ancient ones make any domain their own. Certainly this caretaker belongs here now. I wonder what we look like to them. Need is a scaffold, and the needs of the living ever rise and fall upon it. Hunger, thirst, sleep. Imagine the constant cacophony to one sensitive to such things. Or am I too simple? Wants are fleeting. Needs have deeper roots. Perhaps that's why I find this particular experience presence both comforting and disconcerting. The prospect that our heart's desire and our truest need could differ or are even at odds is hard to contemplate. On divine imperatives, the helm of the solar is destroyed. Algernon's favorite torture is over. Too many agents have been rescued with their minds burnt out by that memory of an enraged sun. What the hell? I feel a lesson here. The helm was not created to torment, but the Evanurs are not as we are. A god's ruminations carry their own will and imperatives. Memory bleeds into their icons and transmutes them, as fire begets fire. For our wolf lord, who puts so much of himself into his creations, what imperatives do they carry? The heart of a rebellion must remain hidden, yet the light of divinity is uncontainable. We must be swift. A thought lingers. Even as he saves us, what does he impart upon us? Reflections by Chiron, one who renounced Darenthal. Who's that? Can I see where things are? Okay. I think it said there was a hidden room in the library, right? With the statues thing. I'm assuming. Because I don't know where else would open up right now. Not the dining hall. That's the conservatory or something. Something like that. Well, let me find out. Ooh, has this always been here? What the fuck? Oh, this is an Illuvian, okay. The Dreadwolf's Illuvian. Most of us have only traveled through the Illuvians at the whims of those who called themselves our gods. We know them as mirrors that always go from one to another, a bonded pair linked no matter the distance. Solus has outsmarted the so-called gods. If we use normal Illuvians, they could track us to our lair. Solus has improved upon June's work by creating a mirror whose singing stone can change its tune to take us to any Illuvian, and not just as... Okay, so this is explanation for how this particular one can go wherever you want to go. Portal magic. No fear of pursuit. Travel is as safe as a normal one. If you have questions, ask for the slow arrow, and I will guide you. What is this slow arrow stuff? Felasan. Oh. I'm hearing like slurping or growl. I don't know, growling. It's like. Oh. No man of a do. Music room. What the hell? Memories of a duet. The sheet music left by this instrument appears to be for a duet, has been annotated by an expert hand. The annotations are accompanied by clear emotional impressions, diligent practice with a ruthless eye to mistakes, the relief of private achievement away from well-meant misunderstanding and mindless worship. unspoken joy in the center of rising perfect echoes. Finally, a beloved memory surfaces. A smiling glance, meeting at a crescendo, a shared moment of understanding, seeing completely and being wholly seen, the impressions fade. Okay, so there's just like some music room, I guess. Okay, that door isn't opening at the moment. Okay. I wonder if there's another door on this side then. No. If it is, it's not open yet. Okay. I have a feeling these murals are gonna get better over time. Okay. That must have been the secret room, I guess, then, right? It was like, make them look at each other and you will open up a secret room in the library. So I'm assuming that's what they were talking about. Okay, let's gather our team. Let's go, ladies.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Barry made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks. We all
But
did.
he's okay, right?
And now Solus
You
is
guys are acting
gone.
like he's dead.
And we're here. Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the lighthouse.
He did? When?
He was in the Fade.
Sorry. It was while I was unconscious. Solus appeared in my dream.
Really? I'm glad you're all right.
From what I saw, he's trapped in the Fade now. Not here, but some kind of prison.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Except that dwarves don't dream, remember?
Yeah.
We can't. The Fade is the world of dreams, and we're not connected to it.
It was weird. I was standing in a place that I knew couldn't be real. None of it made sense.
You're lucky it was just weird. Solus can kill people in dreams.
He said our connection wasn't strong enough for him to do that. He could only reach me because I bled at the ritual site when I got banged up.
So Solus is using blood magic, like any normal mage would to play with your mind.
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
And you said he wasn't
Putting together a
using
nice
blood magic.
ritual doesn't make him a god.
Stop quibbling over terms. I don't want to mean to you guys, but like,
Philosophy. In terms of his power against ours, he's a god.
All right, well, we've stopped the ritual, and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything. But we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had two of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elganan and Gillenane.
Elganan and
Two of the
Gillenane,
ancient
okay.
elven gods that Solus rebelled against.
Why is this a funny answer? They're worse than Solus. Like, I don't know if they're stronger, but they are worse because Solus at least has a moral compass. I'm not gonna say it's our fault because fuck Solus's plan. It was stupid. They're not, again, I don't know if they're stronger than Solus, but I do want to say, text for text, I want to say they're worse than Solus. But I'm leery about how this tone is going to come out here, so.
Solus warned me about them being evil, which is pretty rich coming from the guy who just tried to tear down the veil.
You don't believe him?
No, that's the problem. I do believe him. He said they were horrific tyrants.
Tyrants so powerful, elven history remembers them as gods.
Solus says Elganan and Gillenane drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have two, and they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to get out there and stop them.
Just like that, we're down a man without Varric. We can't just rush in.
I know you're hurt, Nev, but the rest of us need to do something.
I'll be ready to fight when it's time, but we need to investigate, then figure out what we're dealing with.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
Oh my, don't make me pick. You guys are, we could do multiple things, people. I was gonna say something in the middle of all that. Oh, the blighted god part. I don't know if that was lore we knew before this game. To me, it feels like it's new information that the Evanurus were blighted or using the power of the blight for their stuff. You know, we knew that from the Trespasser DLC that the Evanurus weren't, you know, they're not elven gods. They're just powerful mages, right? But I think I feel like the blight information part is new to this game, so that I'm still wrapping my head around that. Like, especially with our, you know, the discussion about if all the Chantry shit is real and it's paralleling the elven stuff. Because we have like the old gods, right? That are, you know, I'd have to read up on all that stuff, like the blights itself, because that whole thing was that, you know, the dragons, whatever, the archdemons, the blights come from them, who are the old gods that are going to the surface or whatever. But also the blight power, it comes from invading the Golden City, which again we're supposing is Arlathan. So like, how does that all match up with the Elven, Davenurus? I don't know. Anyways, as far as this decision here, Harding is like, we need to go now. People are dying. Nev's like, we need to think about it first. We gotta figure out. I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with Harding. Like, we don't have to have a plan right now. We can just like, let's do something first, and then the plan will develop as we learn more. But like, we can at least go out there and kill some demons and shit, right? You know, and like recruit. You know, I'm not trying to pit two baddies against each other, but like Harding's right.
If Elganon
Nev,
is
no.
worse than Solus, we don't have time to waste. We need to act now.
We don't know what they can do or what they want. We don't even know if Solus is telling the truth.
I'm not saying we go in blind. This time,
Yeah.
if we see a shot, we take it.
Yeah, we just need to do
All right.
something.
The last place we saw them was the ritual site.
The Illuvian took us here from the ritual site, instead of back to Minrathous.
Then let's hope it takes us back.
Nev, are you okay to go?
It's a headache. I've worked with worse.
All right then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
The Illuvian has its own special room. It's just down the stairs.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up this video here, but I do want to see if I can find some info about the blight. I don't want to read all this right now. I'm trying to just see. None of this shit is about the blight. Okay, so I have to remember this is the one we stopped at, the fade. We didn't read the fade. Okay. Well, next time, and just a little FYI, I am just going to take a nap and then get right back to playing. So next time, we're going to jump through the Illuvian and figure out what the fuck we're going to do. We're going to do something, though. And, you know, it's going to be cool. It's going to be good. I'm really liking the game so far. I'm loving. I do have to just mention again the graphics. It's such a beautiful, stylized world. I am a bit saddened by the. I don't know. There's something not comic booky, but like Fortnite-y about the graphic style that I don't particularly like, especially in evolution from, you know, Origins to DA2 to Inquisition to this. It just feels out of place. It doesn't feel like the natural progression of where we should have been art style wise. But with that thought in mind, I do love how beautiful the game looks in general. It's just, yeah, with some of these characters who we know, it's like, that's not the same person I saw back then. But, you know, it's just a thing that I'll just have to get through it, hurdle over. Not too bad, though. I mean, obviously, it's still a gorgeous looking game. Yeah, the combat's fun so far. Such a wild opening to a game. It's like, here's this world-ending thing, and then now release 2 gods. Let's see what happens. Very excited to see where we go from here. And yeah, feel free to correct me on anything I said that is wrong, which I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that went wrong. But, you know, I'm excited to explore. No spoilers, obviously, please. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Oh, how do I...